What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're back in FFR shop working on the Bandolero Racecar. I'm excited to be back working on this car. It's an absolute blast to drive down the street. As you've seen in the previous episode, we were able to get the gas pedal fixed up and my brother took it up and down the road. Just had an awesome time in it. He really liked the car and the way it drove, and we were able to get it up on the rev limiter for the first time, so that's really awesome. But anyways, in this video, we're going to try to get the seat mounted up. Matthew was able to get it fixed up, so we'll go meet him at Wally World and pick it up, see how it looks. And then at the end of the video, we're actually gonna pull out some of the body pieces, take a look at some of the damage and see what it's gonna take to get them fixed up. So y'all stay tuned and let's get right into it. Here is the inside cockpit of the Bandolero car. When I bought this car, the little seat that was in it had some welded brackets across here so that the seat could fit in properly and kind of elevate the seat up higher because it was so low to the ground. There were some mounting brackets back here where the seat bolted in and it kind of had an extension. Well, I don't need that. So before I started these videos, I ground all them bars that were stretched across for their braces out where you can see the shiny pieces. But for me, like I mentioned in the earlier episode, I need to sit as far down as possible. So I read the rule book, and Onyx actually has a minimum requirement for the helmet on these bars. You can see how we've got this flat bar and then we've got a top bar that kind of gives you a little bit more. You have to have a head clearance of a certain much on the helmet because you also have to have padding. You have to put these padding bars up top so that your head doesn't hit. But I've already got the seat to where we adjusted it to where I could mount it in, but they've already got these little tabs. So I'm gonna actually use them tabs. It may line up just perfect for me, and then we'll be able to drill through this back and go through the back with our bolts. Earlier today, I went to Lowe's and was able to buy these 3/8 bolts. So once we leave here in a minute, Matthew just called me and told me that he's ready for me to meet him at Walmart. We'll go pick it up and I'll explain a little bit more how we're gonna get these mounted and then also get our seat belts mocked up in there and see how we can get this fitment done. So let's go hop in the truck and run to old Wally World and meet Matthew, pick the seat up. Guys, the seat looks amazing. Matthew, of course, coming in clutch. Just an awesome friend, man. I'll tell you what, if anybody just meets somebody just in the craziest ways, like the story about how me and Matthew met, he bought some old go-kart tires from me, and ever since then we just became friends, and we have so much in common, things like that. So he blesses me. So man, Matthew, if you're watching this, appreciate it, dude. Got me some tools, stuff like that, so can never beat some nice tools. So anyway, appreciate you, bro. Let's get back to the shop and let's look and see how this seat turned out. Get this joker mounted. There she is. Picked her up. All welded out. No more of them V gaps. Everything is nice and smooth. Incredible job, as always. Let's try to get this seat mounted in and get it mocked up and see how it fits. That pretty much is where this seat's gonna go. So I'll sit in it, jump in real quick and see how that feels, which it already looks incredible because of the way it's mounted up. So we'll see how I fit down in here with the new pedal set up. Try to get it exactly how I want and get it leaned in here. So leaning back is pretty awesome. Gives me plenty of head clearance and gives me plenty of room for the pedals. I may have to go down to a smaller steering wheel or either raise that up, which I think I'm already raised up all the way, but I don't want to be leaned back too much, so let's see. Probably go about right there if that'll work, but that feels pretty comfortable right there. So let's jump out and see how the brackets look with it right there. It did not quite work out like I wanted to. I like the seat laid back way more than I thought I did. And so these brackets that were already in the car were what I was planning on going to, but I made a mark here. I want the seat to be almost exactly where that bar is that I cut out. And so this side, with the center of the car and the way that seat is, I've got a lot more gap than on the other side just with the rule, but it still lines up exactly on that spot right there where I cut it out. So I have come up with a plan. What we're gonna do is we're actually going to use that bar that I cut out. And this is that piece that I was talking about cutting out. And we're gonna make some standoffs here and just mimic that other bar that we have in the car. So I'm gonna cut these out and make some standoffs, and we'll get them welded in for the seat mount. Standoffs are made. Was able to get both pieces successfully cut out of that old bracket metal that we cut out. So that's really good. I actually run out of time for today, so I will catch you guys in the morning and we'll get these cleaned up and welded in and finish up mounting the seat. All right, so it is the next day, bright and early. I was able to run down to Pop's house and get the welding machine so that we can get these tabs welded in. So let's set you up on a time lapse, get this thing done, and see if we can get some tabs welded up. Welded up, welded in there, clean them up as much as possible. I'm kind of OCD about how my welds look, so I'm not going to get too close so that y'all can't see them, but that's another step down. So we'll get the drill out and get this thing drilled, and hopefully here in just a short few seconds we'll have everything mounted and bolted in for good. Finally finished. Man, I'm not gonna lie, this job was a lot more tedious and more time consuming than I thought. You can see here I've got it kind of marked up. Standoff going over to the seat. I've got some metal that's gonna go over this bolt that's gonna act as a wedge. I've got it out in my truck, so it'll go over this and slip over on this side. And then same with that side, I will cut that extra off. The seat bolts in the back are in. You can see they go through the back there, just like we had mentioned. And I'll get it all tightened down, but other than that, it works great. I measured all my center lines and everything looks straight. So I'm very happy with that, with the way it turned out. So I'll get all this tightened up and it'll be a job. So all I have left to do is I'm gonna cut out a center hole for the lap belt that comes between the legs that goes up right here. There's already a spot for it. So that'll be that, but I'll call this a job on the seat. So what we'll do next is we are gonna go show you the body on this thing and kind of show you what we have left and see what kind of damage is done. So here are the body pieces. This is the front windshield, all one piece. It's nothing but a fiberglass mold by Inex that you can buy. This just sits in the front and goes up to the top. It's in pretty good shape, besides just a few little screw holes, which I may be able to just patch up. But what I was mentioning for one of our later videos is this is the body damage that I'm talking about. So these Zeus fittings right here are what hold these bodies together. They're little clips, just like my Legend car. But you can see this has got some major scarring and some major cracks to where the fiberglass has gotten weak. And then over the years of racing, this stuff gets brittle and this stuff happens. Big holes. You can see where they've already patched them once and it just gives way. So I can't decide yet if one of my next videos, y'all let me know in the comments if this is something that y'all want to see, is I'm gonna maybe try my luck at patching this with some more fiberglass and some Bondo just so that I can try to use these pieces. If not, we'll just buy new ones. So, but I just wanted to give y'all a snippet of what the bodies look like and how they look on the car. And that'll be in another video later on down the road. So anyway, so that's it. We'll see what happens. May just buy new or try to repair. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this video. We were able to accomplish a lot, in my opinion, on getting the seat mounted. That's a big task and it took a lot longer than I thought, but it's just one more thing off the list that I can check off now that I know that the seat's in, and I can really take my time to make sure that it is in properly, make sure the belts fit nice and snug. So that is always a plus to be able to move one step closer. We are going to get some parts ordered for the Bandolero for the engine section. We had some issues with it starting, thinking maybe a solenoid has gone bad. So I'm gonna get some parts ordered and try to get that done so that in later videos, we can try to work on getting the motor running a lot better and getting it cleaned up just to start prepping it for these body pieces that we mentioned, whether we go new or try to fix these. But I always like trying to fix stuff like that just so that I can learn. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. And also drop a comment down below if you enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next one.